He's the real deal.
Which problem?
Yeah, no. It gets very frustrating.
Oh, yeah, those are very good.
And then we make the suggestion right up front, and then we have to work our way.
Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting to order. It is 10:47, and we'll do a quick roll call. Starting down here, Leslie, if you just want to say your name and that you're present.
Leslie Nesmith, present. June Elkins Baker, present.
Hannah Royce, present.
Chris Steele, present.
Derwin Romani, present.
Marquise Miller, present.
Juanima Raw, present.
Awesome. And we'll head to the Pledge of Allegiance behind it. Thank you. I do want to note that the notice of this meeting was properly posted on September 23rd, 2022. And agenda item number 1, public comment. I haven't been given anything today, but we always encourage members of the community to come speak to our Community Relations Subcommittee. Item number 2 is very exciting. We are introducing new members, Marquise, Juanima, and Derwin. And if they want to take a moment to introduce themselves, I'll allow them to say whatever they want about why they're here and what they bring to the not only this board, but our community as a whole. I'm just so grateful that they're willing to serve with us and work with us on this committee. So I'll kick it off to Ms. Juanima. Thank you so much.
Hello. Again, Juanima Raw is my name, and I've been in the mental health and substance abuse field for 30 plus years. One of the things that I think impacts what I do, I'm currently the director at Jordan's Crossing residential program for women with children. Prior to starting in this field, I worked for the Department of Corrections. I was a psych clinician at Joseph Park on the mental health unit, and I saw so much of what I see on a daily basis in my program: high mental health, substance abuse. And I thought to myself, why are these people here? This is not the place for someone to be. This is for people that society deems a threat, basically. So in thinking about that, I can remember talking to Senator Ben Brown, and he was at the Department of Mental Health and asked if I wanted to come and work with him. And I said, absolutely. I said, because I see so many things that could happen, but I can't affect any change from within. So that's when I started in substance abuse and mental health. And I was director down at Norman Alcohol and Drug Treatment Center for approximately 11 or 12 years until it closed in 2010. And then I went to work at DRS, and finally now I'm at Red Rock. So this is my second go around. I retired from the state and got pulled back in, and I think I'll get pulled back in again. My whole purpose and what I try to impart to anybody that I speak with is that we have got to take better care of our citizens that have substance abuse and mental health issues, and take away the stigma so that people will ask for help and seek help, and then provide it, because it's not that expensive, and it doesn't take as much money for someone to go to treatment as it does for them to be in prison.
Incredible. Thank you so much. We're so glad that you're here, and we appreciate all that you do. Mr. Marquise.
Well, I'm Marquise Miller. I'm a local pastor here in Oklahoma City off 114th and Western. And I'm going to do something that I don't do normally is I'm going to keep it short. And so we have a ministry that allows women and children. We provide housing for women and children who come from a low socioeconomic status. And so it's pretty much tailor made from homelessness to home ownership. And so we have a program now where we pay all your bills. You just come and live in the house. We pay all your bills. And as we paying all your bills, we meet with you every 2 weeks to make sure that you're saving money. And so as of right now, we haven't, we have a partnership with a realtor and with a person who does credit repair to allow the women to actually, if they have credit problems, to fix and repair their credit. And so I believe that criminal justice reform also has to be met with real practical needs that deal with anything that's economic wise, because I believe there's an inverse relationship with economics and crime. When your economics is rises, I believe so you decrease the incentive to want to commit crime. And so just trying to put them in a better situation. So that's why I'm here today.
Amazing. Thank you.
My name is Derwin Romani. I am a international life coach, but beside that, I'm a very spiritual individual. So I'll just talk a little bit about my past. I am a lived, experienced individual, and I believe that brings a great amount of wealth and advice and information that can't be ascertained through a university. Marquise, I'm gonna try to follow you. I'm gonna try to be short. I'm long-winded too. But I actually started this journey being incarcerated. And by being one, things that I have studied now that have names to them, I didn't know they had names back then. And like my sister to the right was saying earlier, actually they made policy because of me. I was getting people that were on a drug called Dorsine. I didn't know what it was, but I always was a mentor, and when it wasn't even that term, because I was a political figure and a religious figure in the community. And if anybody knows anything about incarceration, at that time, I'm a Christian now, but at that time I was the Muslim minister. And whoever is the Muslim minister is like the Black Obama. He's the only one that can keep all the gangs and sets together. So I started being very popular, infamous, and famous for getting people off of Dorsey. I didn't even know what I was doing then, but I would find out a guy would have a life sentence and a long sentence, and I was like, man, and he would tell me his story. And once he told me his story, I would take him off. So they actually made a policy, which you probably know because of me, and said, you got to go to your site first. So those were just some of my trials and tribulations. I was always fighting for justice reform, conditions of confinement before they had these fancy names and titles to them. Way beforehand, kosher diets. A lot of people mimicked some of the lawsuits that I took all the way to the 10th Circuit, Rashid versus Schaffel, etc. I have tons of lawsuits for conditions of, before you could get a kosher diet, it was us that it was called halal. Halal and kosher the same thing. And now you get a vegetarian diet. And when they wouldn't let the Native Americans go sweat, that was off of my lawsuit for the Muslims. And they wouldn't let Catholics come in. Well, God played the game on me. I wound up being a Catholic now. So many of these things, I visioned this. Even my grandmother told me this one time. She said, I vision you sitting talking to people on boards. My grandmother's like 95 years old. When the rest of the family, I was an addict, pretty much gave up. And but my grandma always had a vision of seeing me doing great things, and with people that are strong and been in my corner, like Chris Steele and the work with team. I've been not in a like a political race or a popularity contest. I have just been transformed and been blessed, and in blessing some of the blessings, they actually, they are intimidating to me sometimes. The amount of blessings. I work with gang intervention. I'll just say this for the record, in probably the last 3 years, I can honestly say that I've sit up and had to go to work sometime and been up 5, 6 in the morning, and probably stopped a few killings in this city just sitting up with gang members um, that know me because I was in for 20 years. So I went in at 37. I'm 61 now. So those guys that were 18, 19 with them 10-year sentences and 20 years, 85%. I've always been an advocate that we need to quit locking up people that have addictions. It's a waste of money. While you spend private prisons, they were spending $43,000 a month on me when they were sending me to private prisons, and it was like $37 a month. And all it ever was I had an addiction here and there, and all my addictions kept stacking up as what they call afterformers, and I got wiped out with a 40-year sentence, and all I was basically a person that had addictions and was a rebellious kid that went astray, and so I let that be the end of a lot about Durham Romani, and I'm pleased and happy to be a part and to participate and to give some advice where I can. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you all for sharing, and thank you for sharing your story. Very powerful, and I know all of us on this committee are super passionate about ensuring that lived experience voice is brought to the forefront. So thank you so much. Are you all ready to take the loyalty oath? Our agenda item number 3. Yeah, Miles Davidson is here to do that. Would you have something? Did I miss something?
The oath of office or loyalty oath?
The oath of office.
Yeah. Okay.
It's what it says on my agenda. I'm just reading
Okay. They take both. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll stand and raise your right hand, we're going to take the oath of office and a loyalty oath. I state your name.
Durham Romani,
Do solemnly swear that
do solemnly swear that
I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
support and obey the Constitution of the United States,
and will faithfully discharge the duties of my office with fidelity,
and will faithfully discharge the duties of my office
that I have not paid or contributed, either directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable thing
money or other
to procure my nomination or election,
secure my nomination or election,
except for necessary and proper expenses expressly authorized by law,
properly operated by law,
that I have not knowingly
knowingly
violated any election law of the state
violated any election law of the state,
or procured it to be done by others in my behalf,
or procured to be done by others in my behalf,
that I will not knowingly receive directly or indirectly
will not knowingly receive indirectly or
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
for the performance or non-performance of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
or performance of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear that I will not receive,
I further swear that I will not receive,
use, or travel upon any free pass or on free transportation during my term of office,
use, or travel upon any pass or free transportation.
and that completes your oath of office. And now we will do your loyalty oath. So please stand and raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America and the Constitution and laws of the State of Oklahoma,
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America and the Constitution and the laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
the duties of my office or employment during such time as I am.
the duties of my office or employment during such time as I am.
And that concludes your oath of office and your loyalty oath. Thank you again for serving. And if you need anything else, let me know.
Thank you, Miles. Appreciate you. Thank you all again. I know that's a mouthful, but we're excited to have that out of the way. Agenda item number 4 is discussion and possible action to approve our meeting minutes from our meeting on July 27th. Do I have a potential motion? Looks like I do. And Leslie, moved by Leslie, seconded by Chris, and now we'll call the roll, starting with Leslie again.
Yes.
Oh, we can. Okay. Sorry. Last meeting we did it verbally, so I wanted to make sure. Okay.
So, Madam Chairman, if we may, listen, we're still trying to figure this out. And I just want to say for the record, where's our commissioner? Listen, they only made us say like 2 words at a time. You guys quoted paragraphs. You quoted entire paragraphs. I am so impressed. Way to go. Wow. Wow. We don't take ourselves too seriously. So I just want to tell you, you guys are amazing.
We prepared them better than we prepared.
And it's
And
smart.
quite
I was
frankly,
like,
you've taken it so many times. I just
Got a lot
figured
of
it was like
practice.
memory with you.
I was
right?
just like, what did he just say? And then you guys gave it all back. It was great. So maybe if we could just take a second, because this is still new to all of us.
iPad
Just,
system.
yeah, if we could just explain what we're doing here.
Yeah, so you should have a Awesome. Thank you so much. Those minutes are approved. Next is an announcement for the regularly scheduled meeting of our Community Relationships Subcommittee, and that will be held on Wednesday, October 26th at 10:45 a.m. Do you know if we're able to take action on this if it doesn't say if we were potentially going to strike to? Okay. We can just cancel. Okay. So I just wanted to point out that our November meeting and December meeting are very close to holidays that I'm sure we'll all be celebrating, November 23rd and December 28th. So we will get with Lynn and properly accommodate or move those subcommittee meetings. But for now, October 26th, 10:45 a.m., back in the same room. We have no other discussion for that. We can adjourn. Entertain a motion to adjourn. Okay. Looks like we got a motion and a second. Cast your votes. Awesome job. We are adjourned. Thank you all again. See you on October 26th.
So I just want to say, welcome